Welcome back to Shenington for the Stevenage Sheet Metal Super 1 British Karting Championships. It's IAME Cadet up next. Now, lots of rookies in the championship this season, and joining me are two from Team KMS. It's Piers Henderson and Josh Rattican. Piers, I want to ask you first, your first season in the championship this year as a rookie, obviously. There's a massive prize on offer this year as well. You're sitting 10th in the championship at the moment. But first of all, tell me a little bit about how you found Super 1 this year, perhaps compared to club meetings.
It's a lot more professional than like your normal PF club meeting, where you just go there and you bring your own tyres. Where here, S1 brings your tyres and you have to go to the grid like 10 minutes earlier to get them.
Yeah, it's all run to a time schedule as well. And Josh, this is your first season obviously as well. You're 9th in the championship. You're very close to that rookie prize. There's a massive prize, isn't there, for the top rookie this season. It's a 3 seasons racing next year. Your mum and dad will be absolutely over the moon if you won that. But tell me how you found your first season this year racing in Super 1.
It's a lot more trickier than just club meetings because it's more professional. And there's more competition here than like club meetings like anywhere else.
Okay, and from your point of view then, have you really enjoyed it this year? You enjoy that extra level of competition?
Yeah, I really enjoy it, yeah.
What about you then, Piers?
Yeah, it's really enjoyable. It's much harder, so you at club, like sometimes it's an easy run if everybody's at S1, but here it's really tricky and you get to race with the top drivers.
And this is your first season. I know you're only 10 years of age, aren't you? But you're having to move up already because you can see the size. I know you're 11, you're 10, and you're about 6 inches taller. So you're going to be moving up next year into what?
Minimax probably.
Okay, and what are you hoping for? You still going to do Super 1 next year in Minimax?
We might do, or we might just ease into it. I think it's just a year of easing in so that we can do X30 next year.
Okay, and Josh, what's your plans for next year?
To hopefully stay in IAMEs or move up to Minimax or X30s.
Well, IAME Cadet is set to give us some drama. Dexter Patterson and Johnny Edgar from the front row of the grid, with Marlowe and Thompson, Bunce and Taylor, Reed, Barnard, Martland and Dodds rounding out the top 10. You just heard from Piers Henderson. He lines up alongside the leading rookie in the championship, Bray Keneally, who's just in front of the other man we heard from, Josh Rattican. Keep an eye on Georgi Dimitrov from the 15th row on the starting grid. He'll want to overtake 28 karts if he wants to win this one. So away we go. Good start from the second row. Owen Marlowe, the 12, is shooting up to try and take the lead into the first corner, and he's got there. Brilliant start. Non-start for Zach O'Sullivan, I'm afraid to say. There he is. He's been left on the starting grid. They're trying to get his kart going, but what a getaway from Owen Marlowe. He's got the early advantage here. Patterson and the O-plate Johnny Edgar caught out there.
Yeah, but the three of them, well, they had a bit of a gap. They were closed under braking, a little bit of contact coming through the turn. The 73 gets involved.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a little bit of a wayward moment for Harrison Skinner. We're on board with Joe Taylor as he chases down Harry Thompson. It's great to see again the fantastic battles between the Fusion boys, even in the early stages of this race. You want to get good track position for the early part. Johnny Edgar trying to close up on Patterson, very close indeed to the leader, Owen Marlowe, the 12, who's leapt up from the second row of the grid. Don't forget, of course, Dexter Patterson, he had exclusion from round 6, of course, but that is under appeal at the moment because he is challenging the decision.
Yeah, he's hoping to get that overturned. I'm not sure he will. If he does, he's back into contention for the championship. If not, he's pretty much out of contention. But here it is, Owen Marlowe. Nice to see someone different at the front of the field. Marlowe leads it. Edgar is the current championship leader, third on track. Dexter Patterson there second. Harry Thompson trying to make this a 4-kart train at the front, but these three already getting away.
Well, we were watching on board there with Joseph Taylor as the GP plate managed to pop the move on the inside. Taylor Barnard, good little move that as well on the opening lap, and it's not easy to make the move. He's going for it again, actually. Barnard is making the move for 4th position. That's a very brave move if he's made it stick. He hasn't quite managed to get the move done on Harry Thompson. We're back on board with Joseph Taylor, 6th position on the track at the moment, but it's the GP plate. Taylor Barnard, he won the Kart Masters Grand Prix, hence why he carries the GP plate. But he has got himself up to a brilliant start, and there goes Finley Bunce, the AIM kart. He's managed to get himself up into P6. So Joseph Taylor backwards down to 7th position, and that's going to be a difficult situation to get himself out of. Joseph Taylor's a very emotional young man. I've been watching him through the course of the season. He takes a lot of these things to heart, but he needs to just forget where he currently is, knuckle down to where he could be, and Patterson, disciplinarian, makes the move there on Owen Marlowe. Very nicely done. Marlowe, though, managing to get the door shut,
contact.
And Maxwell Dodds manages to give him a little bit of a nudge on the way through, and that's not going to give Joseph Taylor anything to be happy about.
Well, we assume that because it looked like a bit of a nudge. It could have been under braking, but it looks like there was a little bit of nudge. It unsettled the kart and allowed Maxwell to get up the inside, but doesn't look like there's any warning flags coming out.
Well, Barnard's managed to get past Harry Thompson now, so the GP plate has made it through into 4th position. I'm not quite sure where he managed to get that done, but he is through now past Thompson. So Bunce is there in 6th. 7th place is the 33. That is Maxwell Dodds, as we know, and Joseph Taylor down to 8th position, but Dexter Patterson leading the way. Johnny Edgar still in 3rd behind Owen Marlowe, so Marlowe in the 12, still running a very good race here in 2nd place, very close to Patterson.
Bruno Ferrari chicane this is, out of Bruno Ferrari onto Hanger Straight and down to Hanger Corner. Patterson, Marlowe and Edgar, a little bit of a gap back to the chasing pair. That's the GP plate of Barnard and Thompson. Thompson will be hoping to get past him sometime soon, or at least push him forward and maybe make this a 5-kart battle instead of a 3. In fact, they're going to have to work together now, Jake. And here, while I'm saying that, Harry Thompson's decided he's not going to work with him.
Try and tell Harry Thompson to work with someone that isn't one of his teammates. That's not really going to be a plan that'll work. But Thompson and Barnard, interestingly, they've managed to pull away from these 4, haven't they? They've worked together and got away, so they are closing up on the leaders. Look, there's a massive gap back to 6th position, so they've worked very well in the early parts of the race here. It's going to be up to the likes of Bunce and Taylor and Dodds to actually try and make the progress through. Here is that battle. It's Dodds currently in front of Taylor, but not for long. That's perfect revenge from Joseph Taylor.
Lovely move by Joseph Taylor there. Nice and clean. It's what we like to see. Fantastic moves. A difficult part of the track to overtake. And I'm sure during this programme we'll see plenty of more overtakes like that. But that's really nice and puts Joseph back up 1 place.
Well, he's into 6th position now, so he's actually at the head of this train, trying to close up on the top 5. It's Patterson from Marlowe and Edgar. Then it's the GP plate Barnard just in front of Thompson. Well, actually, no, Thompson did get through, but judging by these two, they'll be swapping positions anytime soon. Thompson's still there in 4th for the moment. Barnard just appears to be picking his moment, doesn't he? Taylor into the hairpin, and as they come out of Stratford at corner.
Losing places. Bunce goes through, then Dodds goes through, and now the 22 goes through as well, and now
Tyler
the 26.
Tyler Reid, Brandon Martland going through as well, so Reid and Martland have both gone through. That is a bit of a nightmare.
The chocolate bar kid, I'm calling Brandon Martland, still not happy with him after he ate my chocolate bar at Granny Gorse Park.
You will not let that lie, will you?
I will not. You will never hear the last of that.
Still battling up in the front then as these 3 desperately try to get away from the pack. They've done a good job so far, but it's a bit of a squabble, never mind a battle for 6th position. There's about 8 or 9 karts at the moment trying to push their way through. I think that's Goundry making the move there on the inside line. Good move there into the first corner. Alicia Goundry, I should point out, rather than Tilly. They're both doing a cracking job in the race, has to be said, but Alicia Goundry is the one who's making up big progress. Taylor into the hairpin, Ravenscroft's going through, Hannafin's going through. Oh, this is just getting worse and worse. Through goes Georgi Dimitrov. He's making a good move through the field as well. So both Georgi Dimitrov and Alicia Goundry, 2 racers on the move.
Yeah, Alicia Goundry excluded in the first final for contravention of lights or flag signals. So started 33 in this one on P33, but she's coming up through the field.
Well, out in front, it's still stalemate between these 3. Patterson from Marlowe and Edgar. No major moves or lunges yet. And it looks as though we're still getting this squabble of the pack coming through. There is Alicia Goundry at the front of that little queue of karts. But this is the leading battle. It's Patterson, Marlowe and Edgar. Very interesting to watch Johnny Edgar. Patterson has made the move to go for Owen Marlowe. And Marlowe has made a couple of attempts to get it back. Johnny Edgar has done nothing. He's sat there in 3rd position watching it all unfold.
He's the championship leader. He's the man in control of the championship. He knows that Dexter Patterson has to get his exclusion from Lark Hall for the fuel irregularity overturns. He makes the move for second. He will know that Dexter Patterson's got to get that irregularity overturned on appeal, and that, I have to say, frankly, that would be unlikely. Still possible, of course. Obviously, they will have potentially, big name lawyers looking into that one, Jake. Was it all done properly, so on and so forth? But Edgar knows what the score is. He will want to win this race though, and up the inside comes Edgar for the lead. Drops Patterson back to second place. They come alongside each other, side by side.
Here he comes again into the Bruno Ferrari chicane. He's not going to give way, neither is Edgar. And Patterson wrestles that lead back again. Beautifully done, but Johnny Edgar has decided, enough now. I've sat long enough in third position. I know what you two are up to now. Here comes my killer move. And Dexter Patterson responds very swiftly, and he tries again up the inside. Patterson slams that door shut. That is the key here. Timing is everything, and position into that final lunge through Wilkins is so crucial into the last lap, and Johnny Edgar's got a great chance to overhaul Dexter Patterson here. But look at Patterson, so defensive, so valiant.
Yeah, to be honest, Johnny Edgar's not going for a move here unless he knows it's absolutely nailed on. He's not going to get involved in anything silly, cause an incident and then get excluded. He wants to hold on to second place though. Marlowe, on the other hand, Marlowe should know that Edgar is the championship leader and should be aware coming into this race, he can throw one up the inside and Edgar has to give it him.
Well, look at Marlowe. He is just coming up with some incredible moves. Alicia Goundry started P33, is currently in 18th position, so she's made up an amazing 15 spots in this race. Definitely the hard charger award there. Look at Marlowe. He is trying to throw it round the outside, gather more pace and speed, and beat Johnny Edgar to the line, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be Dexter Patterson from Johnny Edgar. Owen Marlowe tries his best to pivot to the line, doesn't quite get there. An amazing fight between those three, and Patterson, that's a crucial victory, not just in the championship fight, but also psychologically. Beats him by 700ths, with Marlowe a further 7 behind. Barnard in 4th position from Thompson, Martland, Bunce, Henderson, with Maxwell Dodds and Clayton Ravenscroft rounding out the top 10. Great work from Dexter Patterson. After the race, we caught up with him on the top step of the podium.
At the start, off the line, we didn't get the best of starts. Put the foot down and it didn't really go, but we gained the places back in a few laps.
Championship points in IAME Cadet look like this. It's all over bar the shouting for Johnny Edgar unless Dexter Patterson gets his exclusion from an earlier round for a fuel irregularity overturned on a technicality. It's unlikely, but he does have, I guess, what you might term a lawyer's chance on that one. After the break, we've got more racing from Shenington. Don't go away.